Yo, what's up? This Joe Crizzle. Hey, I'm about to make something real easy for y'all, man, about this music stuff, about this DAW wars, like of people who say, what's the best DAW? This DAW better than the other. All right, now, before I tell you, I use every DAW that's out, even from the free ones from Reaper. You know what I'm saying? And for years, you know what I'm saying? I started off with Reasons, Cash, and I bought Cubase after that. And then I use every other DAW that's out, from SAMPLITUde, MAGIX SAMPLITUde to FL Studio. Every DAW you can think of, I used it, and I still got them. I done did hundreds of hours of testing from their pros and their cons. You know what I'm saying? What's better? Now, some people say a certain DAW can't be better, but I say a certain DAW can be better at certain things. They all can do the same thing in a certain perspective, but sometimes one can do something a little faster, you know what I'm saying, that'll save you time. But this is the point I really want to talk to you about, right? First, you have to ask yourself, what do you do? Everybody different. It's either you're a producer, you're a music engineer where you just mix and master. Maybe you're the person that just record. You know what I'm saying? Or you're the only person that do scoring. But the main three is either producer, mixing and mastering, or you're the person that just record the music, right? Okay. Now, some people do all. So for the people that do everything, production, mixing and mastering, and the recording, they look at everything in a different perspective, because what they're looking for something that do everything. Some people don't care about that. That's why sometimes only a producer probably like, well, FL Studio is better than Reasons, or FL Studio better than Studio One. You know what I'm saying? Then the other person that does everything be like, no, I don't, because this do more. You know what I'm saying? So, end of the day, the number one thing, it's about what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? It's about what you're looking for, man. It's about what you do. It's about what you do first. Like I say, everybody is not a producer. Some people do everything. Some only focus on production. Some only focus on recording, mixing and mastering. So now, all these DAWs, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to tell you what they perfectly made for. And then you make a decision about which one you should get. But like I say, first you ask yourself, what are you good at, and what's your purpose, and what you want to do? Okay. Logic, all around it. Now, hold up. Before I tell y'all these DAWs, another thing is that some DAWs is all arounders, and some DAWs only focus on production. Now, that doesn't mean it can't record, or it doesn't mean you can't mix in it. But what happened is that it cuts out a lot of limitations. So, for example, if you're a producer, and let's say you got FL Studio, when it comes to recording and scoring and mixing, you might can do it, but it cuts out a lot of limitations of what's very important to a mixing engineer. But the only way you really understand and know that if you're a mixing engineer, because they know what they need. They know what make the job easier when you when you record 100 tracks, or you record in a band, or it's different little things. So a lot of these DAWs, they all record, you all can produce, you all can mix, but based on what it's dominant at, it's a lot of limitations what it's not really focusing at. You get what I'm saying? So for example, if you mess with a DAW that's for mixing and mastering and recording, you might can produce, but it's not really dominant with production, and it's gonna miss. You're gonna miss out a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of options that it don't have, and the only way you really know that if you go mess with a DAW that's dominant in production. So I'm gonna say this again: if you're doing mixing and mastering, and you got a DAW that's focused on mixing and mastering and editing, but you can't produce in it, compared to a DAW like FL Studio production game is gonna be crazy, and you're not gonna realize what you're missing until you use a DAW like that. That's why I say you have to test them all out and see what they good at and what they not good at. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I'm an all-arounder. I'm a producer, mixer, engineer, I record artists. I do the editing, I do the scoring, I do video editing. So I need all in one. I experience all of them, you know what I'm saying? But my main thing is production. But at the same time, I mix and master my own stuff, and I mix and master and record artists. You see what I'm saying? So Logic, all around it. I'm going to keep it plain and simple. It's all around it. Studio One, all around it. Pro Tools, mainly for recording, editing, and mixing. Ableton Live, electronic music. Cubase, all around it. Reasons, electronic music. FL Studio, electronic music. Caucus Reaper, recording, editing, and mixing. Bitwig, electronic music. Motu Digital Performer, all around it. Mixcraft, all around it. Now listen, this ain't for debate, you know what I'm saying? Just figure it out yourself. Go do your own testing, sit back and play with them. Like I say, sometimes you don't know what you need until it's there. You don't know what's missing until you use something else. You know what I'm saying? That's how I had to find out and understand the purpose of what DAWS is good at what. They're good in their own forms. I like all-arounders. That's what I was always looking for. You know what I'm saying? When I was using Reasons, I was making the beats, but at the same time, it wasn't dominant with certain things the way my brain think. And it was missing certain perspectives. Even though Reasons 9 can record, but it's still missing certain small little important details that another program that focus on recording and mixing and mastering, Reasons don't have. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa with any other DAW. So the point is that if you're just a producer and that's all you focus on, FL Studio, Reasons, you know what I'm saying? Studio One, Bitwig, Ableton Live, Logic, perfect for you. You know what I'm saying? If you using mixing and mastering, Pro Tools. That's why a lot of people used to be like, yo, Pro Tools was the industry standard. Why? Because most people was using Pro Tools was engineers. They was recording artists. They record and mix and master these top artists. And they need something that they can depend on. Even though they can do a little production. But most of them probably what they did, they was recording a band. So when it comes to the mixing and mastering and set up their whole band, you know what I'm saying, to have your 100-track mixer board or whatever you got, or your big audio interface, and you break it, you got the drummer, you got the guitar player, you got everything set up. So Pro Tools was good with that. But when it came to electronic production and all that, that shit wasn't all that. That's what people have to understand. Every DAW got its strengths. I use Studio One and Bitwig, but I mainly use Studio One because it's all around it. It's perfect. It's good with everything from the production, mixing and mastering, scoring, you know, everything. But like I say, man, this is not difficult to think about. This is something to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you got your opinion, state it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't get on here being all disrespectful. No need to get in y'all feelings and be all sensitive like a lot of you know, so a lot of people online do. I don't know why, but because they ain't gonna change shit. But this to help y'all out, to make a decision on what DAW you want to use. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this your Crizzle. Peace.